Sometimes what we need is a soulful song that can bring us all together, heal our hearts. But in times like these, we might need a song like this. I still want to learn to play piano. I could be practicing every day. I keep saying I'd love to start running. I'd be in shape if I had my way. But there were always aliens to think about, Illuminati and the puppet state. Chemtrails poisoning the populace. No use trying, it's much too late. Big croc conspiracy, wacko shit. Deadlock, truth I never will admit. It's only an excuse to quit. Conspiracy, wacko shit. Spend my days hiding in the basement, isolated as I can get. I sink down deep into my wormhole, the dark side of the internet. I might have liked to drive across America, camping out in the old RV. I'm too scared of queuing on and on and on. They'll hack my brain with the new 5G. Big croc conspiracy, wacko shit. Deadlock, the truth I never will admit. Gives me an excuse to quit. Conspiracy, wacko shit. Fist clenched, strangling my iPad, apocalyptically entertained. I'm sweat drenched, paranoid, it's this bad, pure adrenaline in my veins. Least I finally see I have no choices, 'cause everyone's controlled by the deep state. Long as we believe in unseen forces, we never even try to change our fate. Big croc conspiracy, wacko shit. Deadlock, the truth I never will admit. It's only an excuse to quit. Conspiracy, wacko shit. It's only an excuse to quit. Conspiracy, wacko shit. Yeah. I feel better. I hope you do.
Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back. I apologize for the long-winded intro. I had a technical issue that I was trying to fix, and actually I'm still trying to fix it. That is the audio levels. Okay, that should be good. So we played one of my favorite songs tonight, Conspiracy Wacko Shit. Because we're back to conspiracy wacko shit. It's interesting to me how many people in the UFO alien disclosure community came out of Gaia TV, and it would appear continue to come out of Gaia TV. So I've had many people recently have been sending me videos of a certain individual. His name is Jason Shurka, who is the new rising star over there at Gaia. He's on several different shows, including Emery Smith's Cosmic Disclosure, as well as George Norrie's, what's his show called? Beyond Belief, because it is. Yeah, George Norrie's Beyond Belief. Yeah. And apparently there are talks that he's getting his own television show over there. And I have gotten sourcing that told me that he is getting a 4 to 6 episode deal to produce his own television show. Now, what's interesting about Mr. Shurka is that, like Corey Goode, Jason Shurka literally came out of nowhere. No one in conspiracy land knew him up until some time ago when he came forward with a fantastical story. That would be back in September 2020. Nobody knew who he was. He just literally came out of nowhere. And now he's had something like 50,000 subscribers since September 2nd, 2020. And I would argue that this is due to the Gaia push. For those not familiar, Corey Goode came out of nowhere. And thanks to the marketing, the savvy marketing of Gaia, became huge literally overnight and was working all the UFO conferences. So I believe that what we're seeing is a repeat of history here in more ways than one. Because interestingly, just like Mr. Goode, Mr. Shurka's stories have absolutely zero evidentiary support. Nothing. Not a shred of proof, not a shred of evidence, just listen to me tell stories. It seemed vaguely familiar to me as I was reading about him and listening to this guy talk. There's also some very interesting things that I found out that is going on behind the scenes. For example, Mr. Shurka's public claims on his public YouTube channel and his public videos, he makes certain claims. But it's not until you get behind the paywall with him that you get the good stuff. You know, the aliens, right? 500-year-old people that are part of my organization. They don't die because we have age regression technology, our group. Lots and lots of crazier and crazier information he says behind the paywall, but he doesn't say it in public. It's kind of like his own secret club. Now, interestingly, I did look into his background, and we can share this. I'm going to cite fair use and share this. Before Mr. Shurka was a New Age guru, alien whistleblower, he was in business in real estate, which strange to me, but it is what it is. And suddenly he is an expert on aliens, ancient history, secret societies, extraterrestrials, UFOs. He's suddenly an expert on all these things, when a short time ago he was something completely different. Acquisitions and planning associate, experience with both commercial and residential real estate, with a demonstrated history of working in the real estate industry, and this is straight from his LinkedIn. Skilled in analytical skills, Microsoft Word, marketing. Very important. Oh, he's experienced with marketing, but I could have told you that. Public speaking and interpersonal skills, strong program and project management, professional with a bachelor's degree focused in real estate development from Baruch College. Now, I reached out to this Baruch College to verify his educational claims and have not heard back from them yet. It's important to note that many of these new age gurus claim to have degrees, and then when you look into it, you find out, no, they don't. But in this case, I'm still digging and will report back in a future episode about whether Mr. Shurka's claims of having a bachelor's degree from Baruch College, and I did check it is a real college, is true and accurate. So here we see acquisition and planning associate. Before that, he was a financial analyst for 5 months. He was a real estate agent in the state of New York. Malachite Group, he was an acquisition analyst, operations analyst. He claims, like I said, to have a bachelor's degree in real estate development. So out of nowhere, here comes this guy. And this is an old picture of him. He's still got hair in this one. Out of nowhere comes this guy who was a business school graduate, apparently, and guy into real estate and business. But suddenly now, friends, he is a world-renowned expert. A world-renowned expert on UFOs, aliens, secret societies, ancient history, ancient aliens, and more. And more, friends. Now, another thing that I found interesting is this guy is steeped in marketing. Dark journalists famously called Corey Good's thing, business, whatever you want to call it, a marketing cult. And that it was all based around marketing to find more customers. And it would appear that Jason Shurka is perhaps even better and more experienced at marketing than one Corey Good was. He has all kinds of offerings, right? The free YouTube channel is just to rope them in, I suspect. And then he runs something called the Academy of Divine Knowledge. Oh boy, we're going to share this. We've got to. Oh, we are sharing. Okay. So, 1 second. Yeah. The Academy of Divine Knowledge is a community and a hub where all truth resides in one organized platform to view, share, and learn from. Our goal at the Academy of Divine Knowledge is to provide a variety of expansive content in an effort to raise humanity's consciousness on a collective level and to facilitate the awakening process in a comfortable manner through knowledge, experience, compassion, and love. Yeah. Great. So there is a pitch for this. I don't know why I'm not seeing the pitch. There was a pitch video for why you should join. Yeah. But buy now. Here's some books. The Language Energy. Forming the Formless. Interesting. Yeah. So we also get this page. This is his censored videos. And I have a problem with this guy. Again, he comes out of nowhere. He's got a background in real estate, and he's going to expose the current health crisis for us, right? Yeah. And he's got a censored website. He's getting censored because his information is so true. No, he's getting censored because he's giving people medical advice and making ridiculous false claims about the health crisis. Yeah. Make a contribution, though. Author, entrepreneur, and truth seeker. I don't think he's part of our community, but we're gonna delve a little deeper. We're gonna delve a little deeper into this. So, I've got the video which he makes all of his first claims, really out there claims. So we're gonna cite fair use and share. I'm gonna share my screen. Let me get my fair use banner up. I don't know this guy. Some of these guys love to copyright strike people for playing, critiquing their videos. This, of course, is fair use. We're going to be sharing a video from this gentleman. This is a transformative work. We're educating the public about him and critiquing the video that we are sharing. This is allowable under fair use. Okay, friends. So this one's called TLS and the Pyramid Code. TLS is the super secret society that he got tasked with becoming the Earth representative. Ever notice these people always get chosen? Wow, there's this super secret organization, and they chose Jason Shurka out of everybody on Earth to represent them. Sure they did, Jason. Sure they did. We are entering, friends, the land of make-believe. And I am just completely fascinated. I was telling a friend earlier, I'm completely fascinated. I'm hooked on this land of make-believe. This guy is going to say some wackadoo crazy shit, and you're supposed to give him money, and then he's going to give you even crazier, even more wackadoo shit once you pay and get behind his paywall. But let's sample what he's giving out for free. Yeah, this is fair use. Jason Shurka, TLS and the Pyramid Code. Let's get into it, friends. Okay, Mr. Shurka, this is his major story too, by the way. This is like his superhero origin story. He's going to tack on to this later. Of course he is. But this is where he got, involved with the super secret society and the aliens and shit. So this is where it starts. This is where his superhero origin story starts. He's the savior of humanity. He's here to help us, to help all of Earth raise their consciousness, right? I think that's his mission. All right, let's hear what he has to say.
2 years ago, I was approached by somebody who presented himself to me as a stranger. Today, I know that that was no coincidence. We had some conversations anywhere from the fundamental nature of the universe to extraterrestrial life to the pyramids and many other fascinating things. Over time, as our relationship grew stronger, he revealed more and more information.
Yeah, and like some of these other grifters, like Corey Good, he is, I believe, this is my opinion and speculation, purposefully hitting key buzzwords, ancient mysteries, extraterrestrials, the nature of existence. Like, he's trying to get a big tent here for himself. He's trying to get people that believe in ancient astronaut theory. He's trying to get people that are interested in UFOs or aliens. And of course, he's trying to get the consciousness people and the New Agers as well. Because this is all light and love and beautiful.
To me. And there came a point where he revealed his affiliation to a specific organization that has been in existence for thousands of years. And that's why I'm making this video today.
Yes, and it's a super secret society that nobody has ever mentioned. Nobody that has ever joined that organization ever wrote a book about it or told people about it. It must be pretty secret, because the only guy on Earth that has ever talked about this super secret society is Jason Shurka. Sure, bro. Sure.
The organization has decided, after a very long existence, to finally reveal themselves for who they are, what they do, and their purpose of existing in the first place. I want to start by saying that I am not a part of the organization. I am not initiated into the organization. I have just been approached, prepared, and chosen as a specific messenger of information.
He is the chosen one. We see the riff that I've been chosen out of everybody else on Earth. I'm special. We see this riff time and time again. Corey Good did it. He was chosen by those bluebird aliens to be their representative on Earth and bring people the truth about blue chickens, right? This guy was chosen. This organization has 7,000 people in it, but they couldn't pick one of their own to go tell the world about their super secret society. They had to pick some random guy from New York that's a real estate developer. Sure, okay. And by the way, I mentioned this man's savvy marketing skills. Besides real estate developer, he was also involved in a social media influencer company. For those that don't know, there's companies out there that network with social media influencers to get product deals and ad placements, mostly among Instagram influencers. And this man who claims he's going to start claiming all kinds of shit about aliens, but right before that, he was the chief operating officer of a social media influencer company, right? Could this have something to do with his amazing numbers out of the box? Guy that nobody's ever heard of? Like Dark Journalist talks about with Corey Good. Corey Good's organization being a marketing cult. We see this. This is like history is repeating itself right before our eyes. This guy's all about marketing, and he's better at it than Corey Good. He is better at it. He is more experienced in it.
By this organization. The name of the organization is TLS. TLS stands for the Light System. They've been around for thousands of years, and they do very divine work. They're made of roughly 7,000 initiated agents.
Yeah, and again, there's 7,000 of these people, but we can't talk to any of them. We can't meet any of them. We just got to take his word for it, right? And it's the Light System. Oh, kind of like Light Warrior Legal Fund, Love and Light. This is so similar to other New Age horseshit garbage, and I think that it's designed to be. Perhaps Mr. Shurka saw others profiting, right? He wasn't doing so good in the real estate market, considering everybody's leaving New York State, New York City. Maybe, just maybe, he watched some of these profiteers, because it is what he is doing is so similar to those who came before him, like David Wilcock and Corey Good and Emery Smith. It's as if he just figured out what those guys were doing and talking about, and he's going to do the same.
Around the world, some of which are very well-known people in the world today, whether it's in politics, the government, media, celebrities, producers, so on. And some not well-known people in the world that work in the organization. Organization TLS has nothing to do with religion, nothing to do with race or age or gender. They are made of all religions and all races and all ages and all genders.
And when you get behind the paywall, he starts talking about alien hybrids and aliens that are a member of this super secret society that he has access to. He's representing that, right? So what is it you want? You want to talk to an ascendant master? We got one of them in our organization. You want to talk to an alien? We got one of them in our organization. You want to talk to an alien hybrid? We've got a bunch of them. You want to talk to a super soldier? Oh, we've got them. You want to talk to a secret space program insider? We've got them too. It's a one-stop shop for New Age, conspiracy land, UFO, alien garbage.
When I say all ages, I'm talking about very old ages as well.
Yes, see, this is the creep that happens. So this is September 2020. He said, we have all ages in our organization. And I mean all ages. Later, when you get behind the paywall, you find out that he starts claiming that members of his organization are 500 years old, but they don't die and they don't age because we have age regression technology. Sound familiar? 20 and back. Oh, shit, you too can buy a spot in a med bed and we'll age regress you. Another thing interesting, well, we'll get into that later. This man claims to be a hell of a lot younger than I believe that he is. But, we can try to figure that out. And that's something that we're going to look into. Because apparently Mr. Shurka claimed to be in his early 20s. And I don't think so. I don't think so. We'll see.
Older than they seem possible. And when I say all races, talking about races that are not just part of humankind.
He's got the aliens in his organization, friends. He's got access to aliens. And you too can hear about them aliens. Just give me $49.95 and get behind my paywall. And I'll tell you all about them aliens in my super secret society that nobody else knows about but me. I'm special.
We are not here alone. There are and there is other life among us. And they're not here to hurt us. They're not here to invade us. They're here to help us. And they're here to guide us.
Sure they are.
Elevate us to a higher level of consciousness and awareness. TLS has possession of incredible technology, some of which completely defies the laws of physics as we know them today. They're not an organization that's limited to...
Yeah, and again, so our organization has access to incredible technology, and later in the paid sessions, you find out he means age regression technology, time travel technology, anti-gravity technology, free energy technology. Yeah, all of those utopian garbage, hopium stories that people have been selling others in the New Age community for decades now. His organization has access to all of them, all that stuff, right? So if you want to learn about how the alien spaceships work, come and join my paywall, get behind my paywall, and I'll tell you about the aliens and their spaceships and the super secret technology. Sure you will.
Speed of light, because they can and they do transcend the dimensions of time and space. They're a powerful organization, and they're here to help us. Their ultimate purpose of being in existence and of everything that they do is to help assist and guide humanity in reaching a higher level of awareness and consciousness. That's why they're here, and that's the mission behind everything that they do.
He's on a mission, friends.
According to TLS, we are now in an era called the Age of Light.
Wow. The light system says we're in the age of light. Sure we are, Jason. Let's hear about the age of light.
The Age of Light started on a famous date that many of us know. December 21st, 2012, which everybody called the end of the world.
Oh, you got to weave in the Mayan and the Hopi prophecies into your bullshit New Age scam, right? People like those stories, great stories. Weave that shit in. Get some of them 2012 people.
Because the Mayan calendar came to an end. Only it wasn't the end of anything. It was the beginning of a new era and a new age.
Yeah, the end of one calendar is always the beginning to another calendar, Einstein. I love it when people do this. A lot of these New Age people are saying this stuff. Well, it's not really the end of an age. It's the beginning of an age. No, it's an intersection of ages. One calendar ends, another one begins. There's nothing special about it. It's a calendar.
That we're in today, called the Age of Light. An age of higher consciousness where meditation, mindfulness, being a vegan, things of higher levels of awareness are in mainstream. It's part of the collective vibration today. The next age that we are going to approach is called the Age of Love.
Well, this is good news.
The Age of Love.
We're going into the Age of Love, friends.
Is an age.
Wait, is this going to be like hippie love, like free love, like sex love, or is this just love? Because I'm not sure which way I would prefer it. Let's see. What does he say? We're going into the Age of Love. Boy, sounds good. Love and light. And we're going into the Age of Love. And we've got incredible technology. Sure you do. And aliens and age. Wow.
The world will look completely different. An age of unification instead of division. An age without corruption. Without hate, without war.
Yeah, and literally he's selling utopia, friends. This is utopian garbage. It's never going to happen, but yeah, sell it to stupid people, Jason Shurka.
Disease, without toxins, without drugs. An age where levitation with the body and flight with the body and intergalactic communication with other races is not supernatural, but very natural. This is the next age that TLS is assisting and helping humanity reach.
Yeah, and wasn't Corey Good assisting the Blue Avians and helping humanity raise its consciousness so we could all, go to 4D, ascend, whatever? Yeah. So this guy is, again, this is all stolen Corey Good material. Well, it's not really stolen. It's kind of copied and changed around a little bit. But how many of these guys paint themselves as a messianic figure, right? I mean, imagine the narcissism to think, to just even stand there and say that you're going to be Earth's galactic savior, you know? This guy, in some of his other videos, basically says, I'm fulfilling my purpose, raising everyone's consciousness through this organization. Yeah, he's putting himself out there as a new age spiritual guru. He's got all the answers.
Through many different mediums. According to TLS, we will be reaching the age of love and that new level of consciousness, no matter what, within 170 years. But what I found to be the most fascinating part of that,
and here's the pitch, friends,
is that we don't actually have to wait 170 years.
Yeah, just buy my course, buy my books, get behind my paywall, and you too can enter the age of love and enlightenment a lot earlier than everyone else, because I have the secret knowledge with which I can show you how to do that. This is pure fraud, friends. It's pure fraud.
And if we do the right thing, and we take the guidance, and we raise our collective vibration through unification of humanity and life as a whole, we can reach this new, incredible age of love a whole lot sooner. And when I say a whole lot sooner, I mean in this lifetime. I was given a document by the same man who approached me.
All right, show us the document. Maybe you've got some evidence of this horse shit. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have any evidence of this horse shit.
2 years ago. The name of that document is called the Pyramid Code. It contains incredible information that covers spiritual secrets, secrets of the universe, secrets of our Earth, the true history of the pyramids, including who built them, why they built them, how they built them. Information that's very valuable.
Yeah, so he has access to this secret book that has all the secret knowledge in it. But instead of giving it away to help humanity, he's going to sell you a course. Sounds reasonable, right? You could give this book away and help everyone on Earth, or you can make money from it. This is the true hallmark of a conner, a grifter. Yeah, he's got secret knowledge, and he's going to share it in little drips and drabs. Buy my latest book, buy my Q&A, sign up for my per-month payment website.
To help us reach a new level of awareness and a new age, which will be the age of love. TLS is here to help us. They're here to guide us. They do no less than divine work for not just...
He's doing God's work here. Praise the cash, friends. He's doing God's work here. Praise the cash, hallelujah.
Our Earth, but the universe as a whole. And the purpose for making this video is to not only reveal who they are, but to bring hope in the existence and the reality that we will reach together. The reality of a unified consciousness between all life. There are good forces in play in our world today.
Oh, that's good news. I was worried.
TLS is very much one of those forces.
Oh, they're the good guys. Yeah, you got to have the good guys and the bad guys.
To assist us.
You got to have the good guys and the bad guys. You know, the Dark Alliance, they're the bad guys, the Cabal, you know. Sure. And why do these guys, it's always like they're 10 years old on a playground. Like, I'm going to be the good guys, And you could be the bad guys. It's really childish. There's always good guys and bad guys, and these guys portray themselves to be the good guys. And then when people come out and say they're full of shit or they're fake, they are suddenly the bad guys, right? They're trying to stop me from my mission.
They're here to guide us, and they're here to ensure that we do reach our collective destiny as humanity and life as a whole. We will reach that time. We're already on our way, and TLS is most definitely with us every step of the way. Thank you.
Oh, man. And remember, friends, this is just where the horse shit begins. He's got hundreds of videos, right? Very prolific actual content creator. Creates a lot of content. And I hear from different sources that he has been doing three or so guest appearances on different shows a day, trying to grow his following. So, man's very, very skilled and experienced in marketing and marketing campaigns, and we see evidence of this. I'm checking in with Twitter. Cassandra Graham reminds me, I didn't know him by name, but once mentioned TLS, I remember where I heard Jason before. He was on Fade to Black last year. Yeah, no surprise there. He was on Fade to Bullshit, friends. He was on Fade to Bullshit. So he's got to be real, right? Because Fade to Bullshit doesn't have any fakers on, right? Not like Corey Good or, the alien autopsy guy. Fade to Bullshit. All right, I'm going to stop now. I'm going to take some comments and questions from the live chat for a bit, and then we're going to do a second video because apparently this dude has got proof weighing on his conscience, and people are starting to go, your stories are great, but you don't got no proof. And so he's got a whole video on, basically he says, fuck you, I don't need any proof because the proof's already here. You can either believe me or not. It's pretty funny. Cosmic Ocean commenting, get behind my paywall or you won't become enlightened. Money. This clown is such a liar. The tooth will set you free. Yeah, GS Crippler says, wait until the Galactic Federation finds out about TLS. I know, they're cheesing on the Galactic Federation's gigs, right? B. Baker says you could fertilize a whole state with that. Yeah, and that's just one video. And it's important to note that his public claims are vaguely, sedate and calm compared to his behind the paywall claims. Once you get behind it, I'm gonna join. Because apparently, once you get behind the paywall is when the real fun begins. He starts talking about his 500-year-old friends in this organization. They got med beds and they got age regression technology and free energy and all this stuff. And sign up for my monthly show. You got to get behind the paywall if you want to hear about the aliens, bro. And the super secret society that has. Did anybody else notice? He literally says in this video, basically, we have the answers to all of your questions. No matter what your question is, whether it's about who built the pyramids, the nature of reality, right? Communicating with aliens, free energy technology, incredible medical technology, whatever answers you're looking for, they have the answers here. I find that more than a little bit suspect. He's got all these answers. Reemsey with a kind and generous $5 super sticker purchase. I forgot to check in and make sure we don't, yeah. Reemsey's got the first one. Thank you, Reemsey, for your kindness, your generosity, and your continued support of the show. Means a lot to me. Yes. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're related. Bernard Conkin correctly points out, is the Pyramid Code document from 2 years ago the Netflix documentary? I don't think so. I think his is entirely its own thing. But back to Reemsey, thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your support. And I also wanted to mention, some people throw super chats in when I've already signed off for the night. And then the super chats come in while we're doing the bumper, the play out bumper. So several people, we had Abraham say, I love the alien dance video in the beginning. Where can I access the music from the video? I will put a link in the description of this video if I get a chance. Thank you, Abraham, for your kind, generous donation of $5. We're a viewer-supported show, and Abraham threw $5 in our hat to keep the ball rolling here, to keep the momentum going. And Jay Roach with a kind and generous $2.99 super chat donation, Australian. We love Australian dollars. Thank you, Jay Roach, for your kindness, your generosity, and support. And thank you, Abraham, and thank you, Reemsey. Also, just to note, we're a viewer-supported show. There's a big money button down there, and you too can push that money button and throw money at me. And what happens when you throw money at me is, well, a few things. First, I praise the cash, right? Thank God Almighty. There are people all over the world supporting the show. We have an international audience, and people will help us to continue doing these shows. I think these shows are important to show the other side of the coin of some of these people out there in the people out there with so-called, they're so-called truthers, right? I've got the truth. So you can also support us on Patreon. I've posted a couple of songs this month, and I'm going to be posting our new character, Linda Moulton Howdy Doody. I'm doing the screen test for that right after I'm done the show. We've got everything set up, but I got to get it together, and that will be posted on Patreon. If you support us on Patreon, it's $1 a month, but you get a sort of behind-the-stage view. We post a lot of behind-the-scenes content. Ryan Morphy Richards with a kind and generous donation of £1. I think that's British. Well, thank you very much, Ryan Morphy Richards. It's very nice of you to give me $1, right? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And shout out, Rilo704 is here, and Ellen Fox with a kind and generous $4.99 super sticker. I love it, I love it, I love it. Thank you all for your generosity and your support, because truly, every time anybody sends a super chat, here's what happens. You make a Stephen Cambion smile. So thank you for all the super chats, but we're getting slammed with them tonight, and I'm not complaining, because praise the cash. So thank you, Ellen Fox, for your kind and generous donation. Jonaside just gave me $5 just so he could see this on the screen. Jonaside is the coolest guy to know. He is a hero to me and a great sponsor of the show. I thank you, Jonaside, and your wife too. And I can't say I disagree. Jonaside, longtime show supporter, and Renee Miss Jonaside. But they're still bugging me about the slides. I'm sorry. I'm going to do them. I really am. So thank you, Jonaside, for your kindness, your generosity, and your support. Bernard Conkin wants the slides too. For those that don't know, Jonaside has been busting my balls, sending super chats, asking me to do slide presentations just to drive me crazy for the past month or two now. Probably a couple months, and I am trying. I learned Google Slides. So, friends, boy, what can I say about this guy except there's more to the story. And I'm going to have to approach this next part to the story very delicately. I began researching this guy, so I started reaching out to members of the sort of conspiracy, consciousness, New Ager, UFO, alien community, asking if people knew sort of any backstage story about him. And basically, I was alerted to the fact that Mr. Shurka is, I would say, pursuing many females in the community aggressively. And there's a lot more to the story that, again, sounds very similar to other things that I've heard about other of these New Age gurus. However, I'm going to simply say that as a public service, I would wish to caution any female, just be careful. That's what I will say. And that's all I can say until I get people that are willing to be on the record sources. But I will say that I've gotten several anonymous sources that are women who basically told me a similar story of the way that he is messaging them, DMing them, PMing them, pursuing them as, romantic interests. which is funny. Mr. Love and Light, you're out there trying to get laid with, what do you want to bang all the new age chicks, right? I mean, feel free. Go ahead, bang all those hippie new age chicks if you want to. I'm married. You're not bugging me doing that. But I just think it's funny how many of these love and light new age guru guys are always trying to bang the hippie chicks, right? You're trying to bang them crystal girls over there, right? It's funny. Yeah. And I missed one again. All Around Arbiter. Again, a longtime show supporter, big supporter of the show with a kind and generous $2 super chat donation. Thank you for your continued support of the show, your kindness, your generosity. Thank you for blessing our show and helping me say this. Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank God Almighty. All of these people want to see more shows. They keep sending me money, and that helps make more shows happen. And I don't have to work at Taco Bell. Praise the cash. I don't need to make tacos for people. Praise the cash. I don't need to mop floors or dig ditches or do some other shit I don't want to do. Praise the cash. Hallelujah. To all of you, including All Around Arbiter. Thank you very much for your kindness and your generosity. I am blown away. You guys give me an attitude of gratitude because I get to keep doing this, right? All right, so we'll take some more comments and questions for a bit, and then I'm going to go to the second video where he says some things about autistic children that you guys know how I feel. Anytime one of these new age idiots or conspiracy land idiots starts talking about autism, like there's some kind of authority. Not that I am, but I do have a nonverbal 9-year-old autistic son. And I cannot, it's a pet peeve of mine. When I hear some new age guru shit talker talking about autism like he's some kind of authority, right? It bothers me. It bothers me a great deal. Yeah. TLS. Yes, it's the light system. I'm doing this. Taco Tuesday is tomorrow at my house. We're doing it. We're doing it up. Yeah. Sun worshipping Black Buffalo says, yeah, maybe he has to bang them to raise their vibration. That's what he has to do. Yeah. They got to take a couple energetic shots from him. Sun worshipping Black Buffalo. Yeah. And some of the other things that I found out about this person is really, strange. Like, here is a very good example. During some of his Q&As and paid sessions, he teaches the Kabbalah. Someone mentioned or said, oh, yeah, you know about the Kabbalah because you're Jewish, you're Israeli. And he completely and totally denies being either Jewish or Israeli, which is strange to me because I did talk to a source who is very familiar with Israeli people. Let's just leave it at that. I trust that person's judgment. And they said, after speaking to them in Hebrew, they were sure that he was Israeli Jew. There's definitely people have accents, right? And people who are familiar with those accents will be able to tell where that person is from or whereabouts, right? I mean, I could tell a Philadelphia accent, a New York accent, a Canadian accent, a West Coast accent, a Southern accent. Foreign people are no different. There's different, slangs. And anyway, a very good source who I trust told me that they didn't understand why he's pretending to not be either Israeli or Jewish. Because it stands to reason he's teaching the Kabbalah, which is Jewish mysticism, in his Q&A paid sessions, then maybe he was Jewish and was familiar with that material. But he claims he is not for some reason. Now, people can deny their Jewishness sometimes. I'm aware I had at least one friend growing up that didn't want the kids in the neighborhood or whatever to know that he was Jewish because people sometimes are prejudiced against Jews, right? Or maybe they perceive that people will be prejudiced if they know. This kid's growing up in a Catholic neighborhood. He didn't want anybody to think he was Jewish. So maybe that's the deal. I don't know. But I just find it weird. Why would somebody deny where they grew up, where they were from, while teaching material from the region where they probably learned it growing up? This is very, very strange. All right, so we're going to... One question that everybody has, and I had, now we previewed his first video here, which has the basis of his story. You know, I'm the secret emissary of a super secret society, and, you know, love and light and bullshit, right? But he's got a ton of videos, and I watched a bunch of them today. And I was left with one question, like, where is your proof, bro? He never talks about any proof. Never mentions proof at all. Talks for hours at a time. You know, he's got all these videos. And another thing he seems to be doing is doing these, he's doing shows with everybody in conspiracy land that he can. Not that I find fault with that, but it's interesting. It just appears to me that this guy is working very, very hard to build up his following. And now we get, he's going to be on Gaia, right? Came out of nowhere, September of 2020, and now he's a big star on Gaia TV. And some people may wonder, does Gaia vet anybody? No, I don't think Gaia vets anybody. If they did, they wouldn't have so many criminals on their shows, right? They wouldn't have convicted criminals if they did background checks and verified people's stories. Gaia is not where you go for real information. That's where you go for new age bullshit fairy tales. And I think most people know that now. But it's funny that that's the top of the food chain, right? That's the top of conspiracy land, consciousness, UFO, disclosure, all those subcultures. The top of it is Gaia TV. We recently covered Gaia TV, made a ton of money pushing these fake alien mummies, which were made out of children's body parts and animal parts. Folks, a company willing to exploit children's bones to sell fake alien stories, do you really think that they care if this guy is telling the truth about any of this shit? Do you really think they're going to check if this guy is telling the truth about any of this shit? Of course not. Just as they didn't check in the case of Corey Goode or David Wilcock or Emery Smith or anything. They just let people come on and tell their fantastical stories with no evidence, no proof, no evidentiary support, not a shred of evidence. That's what Gaia is known for. People that don't have shreds of evidence telling these fantastical stories. And then when you ask for proof, you get an explanation like I'm about to play you. I'm guessing that a lot of people are starting to ask this clown for proof of his fantastical fairy tales. Yeah, fantastical fairy tales. All right, so Jason Shurka, I'm going to share this. And I'm going to cite fair use. 1 second. Let me get my fair use banner back. Again, I don't know this gentleman. He might try to copyright strike me. So we have to dot our I's and cross our T's. And yeah. So this is fair use. This is a transformative work. And we are educating the public and critiquing the video we're sharing. We're going to be discussing it with our live chat participants. And we're using this video as an educational tool to educate people on new age scammers and con artists.
Concept, the idea of proof. There's a question that's asked today now more than ever, and that question is, where is the proof? Show me the proof. Do you have evidence? So I want to talk about that to clear up that question of what somebody is really asking for.
You know, and I hate to be shallow too, but I just want to bring up this point again. Remember, this guy is claiming to be 24 years old. Does this guy look 24 years old to you? Or is it just me, right? And I mean, I don't know what to do except tell the guy to give me a birth certificate, but it just seems odd that so much about this guy, he's denying being Jewish or Israeli. He's saying he's 24 years old, which it may be true. Maybe he's just got a kind of a rough face, I guess. Not that I don't, or no disrespect intended, but I don't understand the claims of being 24 years old. When you see this guy in videos, he looks 35 or 40 to me, at least. Maybe that's just my perception, but it's interesting and worthy of discussion. Is this guy really 24 years old, or is he much older than that, pretending to be 24 years old? Some guys do that to try to bang younger chicks. I'm not saying this is the case, but that's one explanation I thought may be a possibility. That's my opinion and speculation.
Because I don't think people really understand what proof really means.
So people are asking him for proof, and he's going to make a video. Yeah, you don't understand what proof is, right? Yeah.
Let's break it down very simply. Over the past 2 years, a lot of things have been coming out in terms of information. I mean, on a very, very wide array of topics: extraterrestrial life, child sex trafficking rings underground with an elaborate tunnel system.
Oh no, the mole people.
Certain technology.
And he's saying this stuff as if this is all factual. Just because people are talking about it on the internet, Jason Shurka, does not mean that it's a true story. Clown.
Technology that exists that people think is impossible, all the way to older things like 9/11 and what really happened that day. And many.
Again, a common theme that you're going to see with this guy is that he has the answers to everything. Literally, I've noticed throughout watching his videos, he has the answers to everything. He knows what really happened at 9/11. He knows who really built the pyramids and why. Sign up for my new subscription-based website where I post content weekly, and you too can learn the secrets of the pyramids and the secrets behind 9/11. Amazing. He's got all the answers.
Many, many other things. And the question is always, where is the proof? So the information that's been coming out over the past 2 years and will continue to come out more and more and more over the next coming years is information that challenges the belief systems of not millions, but billions around the world.
Yeah, and this, again, is an appeal to people who are unhappy. This big change is coming, and it's going to change everything, right? This was promised by, that letter of the alphabet conspiracy. Whole world's going to change when these mass arrests take place, and draining the swamp, and the people are going to rise up and take the government back from the corrupt, rich fuckers that run this country. Well, that I wish would happen, but
causes many people to say, where is the proof? And my question is very simple. What do you constitute as proof? What type of evidence will be sufficient for you to believe something is true? For some, it's a declassified document. But others will say, no, that was forged. For some, it's a picture and a video. But those who don't want to believe will say, no, that's CGI. For some, you can show a man levitating and they'll believe it. Others will say, no, he's a magician. That's an illusion.
Yeah, and I know a thing or two about that.
Some say, I want a physical experience. Others will say, no, that's just you under hypnosis, some sort of drugs, or a hallucination. My point is, there's no such thing as indefinite proof on the subjective level.
I would argue that there is always proof on every level. But you, Mr. Shurka, don't have any for your alien stories and your bullshit. You are just another guy out there telling fairy tales. And I challenge you, take me to your super secret society meeting. Introduce me to a 500-year-old man. I want to meet a 500-year-old man, right? He's probably got a lot of wisdom, right? Show me the alien hybrids. Show me this technology that only you know about. You and your super secret society. Show me. Show me something. He's not going to show us anything, and this video is designed to explain away why he can't prove any of his bullshit.
The reason for that is because proof is not something, objectively speaking. Proof is something that you deem to be true or not, based on your threshold of how willing you are to allow your belief system to crumble and adopt a new one based on something you saw.
Yeah. So the argument really is, if you don't believe my bullshit alien stories, it's just because you're afraid of your old paradigm crumbling. You can't handle the truth. This is a bullshit garbage argument for why he can't prove his ridiculous claims. His claims are just as ridiculous as Corey Goode or David Wilcock or Linda Moulton, Howdy Doody, or any of these other assholes out there telling fairy tales and selling people fake stories. His whole business, I suppose, revolves around telling people that he has the answers to everything. And you got to sign up, get behind my paywall, and you'll learn the truth, even though I have no proof of any of the shit that I talk about.
There have been many things that came out recently that are black and white, on paper, emails of certain things being said. And others say that's not proof, but others say it is. There have been studies published in very well-respected medical journals done by very prominent doctors and scientists showing direct links between this thing and autism. Yet millions around the world, billions around the world, refuse to believe that.
There is a very, very discredited study. It's been completely discredited. In fact, I could talk for an hour about that study that all these New Age conners cite about some causal link between autism and, I'm going to just do that too. I don't even want to say it. Those shots you get as a baby, sure. However, most of the recent scholarly articles conclude that autism forms in the womb before any of those things are administered. And there is substantial and supportive scientific consensus that no, there is not a causal link between those shots and autism. And I, as a father of an autistic child, I take offense to this asshole out there telling people that's what causes autism. Show us the study, you idiot. Did you even read it? Because I did. He can't show us the study. And he's a fucking real estate guy and a marketing guru. He's not a fucking doctor or a scientist. It's irresponsible and stupid for him to be out there on the internet pushing this level of fake shit. And maybe, just maybe, that's why he's got a censored website where he talks about all this shit, right? Because he can't talk about it on YouTube or he'll get his channel deleted. So he's going to go off on alternate platforms and talk about this horse shit.
Even with black and white studies right in front of our faces. Some say that's enough for me. Others say, no, it isn't. It's fake. The point of what I'm saying here is proof has to do with your willingness to believe something, no matter how black and white something may be.
Yeah, so in other words, you got to be willing to believe my horseshit, bullshit, fairy tale alien stories, bro, because I ain't got no proof, okay?
So next time you ask for proof, just be aware that what you're asking for is in congruence and alignment with what you're willing to let go of in regards to your old belief systems to adopt a new one.
That's the problem. Your old belief system is limiting you, right? This is literally cult brainwashing tactics right here. This is literally cult brainwashing tactics. You got to believe me. You got to give up your old belief system because it's holding you back from making progress, right? This is straight out of Scientology's playbook.
I will remind you all that there are pictures out there of the Earth being round. Yet there are millions of people saying those are fake and it's flat. I'm not here to give you my stance on that. I'm here to convey a principle, a lesson.
This part is one of my favorite parts of this video. This dude is going to talk about flat Earth, but then he's going to say, I'm not here to render an opinion, my stance on that. I'm here to convey a different lesson. He wants the flat Earth nutters in his tent. He wants a very big tent, so he can't offend the flat Earth nutters. by saying that's horseshit. Okay.
And that lesson is that even with pictures, even with videos, it's not enough for certain people. What has to change is not the proof that we're given. We have all the proof that we need. What has to change is our collective level of awareness for us to be willing to believe something with the proof that's already in front of each and every one of us.
Yeah. Applying this to him, he's saying the proof is already right in front of us. What proof? Your fucking bullshit story? That's not proof, bro. And why would you not be willing to just show us whatever proof that you have and let us decide? No, you got to make a video explaining away why you don't have any proof. I guess a lot of people are asking you for proof, bro, and I can't say I blame them. Fantastical stories require, some evidence, or that saying, extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof. I say this all the time. Not only does this guy not have extraordinary proof, he has no proof, zero evidence that he could show us to prove any of the shit that he's talking about. He is literally just bullshitting this stuff.
We have all the proof we need to understand everything.
Again, he has the answers and all the proof to understand everything. He has the answer to every question you've ever wondered about. He's enlightened. He has, secret knowledge from that secret society and them aliens, and he could share it with you for just $49.95. Or actually, I don't know what his shit cost. I didn't look it up.
The question is, are we willing to see it?
We'll do that live. We'll check in how much it costs.
Or are we going to continue ignoring it? And that's how we break down that prevalent question of where is the proof? It's already here. It's always been here. My question to you is, are you willing to accept it as proof? And that's all based on the foundational idea and the foundational question of one very simple thing. Are you willing to let go of your old and past belief systems in order to adopt a new one, in order to continue evolving, expanding, and growing?
Yeah, you're not going to continue to evolve, expand, and grow unless you believe my bullshit. And then he says the proof is here. Okay.
The proof is here.
The proof is where, bro? Where's the proof? Where's the proof? Jason Shurka, you don't got shit.
Thank you very much.
You got fairy tales.
Let's talk about
This guy got some fairy tales, friends. He's got some great fairy tales, got zero proof. Even made a video trying to explain away why he can't give you no proof. It's your fault that I got no proof. That's essentially what he's saying. It is your fault that I got no proof. It's your belief system. That is the problem. Yeah. I'm gonna check in 1 second. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's something else I gotta do here. One of the other ways that you could support us besides the super chats, and some people are choosing to do this, and I would encourage you to use PayPal if you're going to make, a substantial donation, like a $20 donation, because I get to keep a lot more of that if you send it through PayPal than I do. 1 second. Please bear with me. But somebody did send a PayPal donation, and we want to make sure that we acknowledge that. Oh, no wonder. I had caps lock. I'm wondering why it's not working. Caps lock is the devil. I'm having problems here, friends. Oh, wait a minute. Let me try this again. I didn't use the email. Got it. Okay. 1 second, friends. Just bear with me. Okay. I want to thank... first, I want to thank KW, initials KW, on June 16th for a kind and generous $20 donation, and initials KI June 23rd for a kind and generous donation. Let me look at that. Of $5. Thank you very much for your kindness, your generosity, and your support. We definitely appreciate it. I apologize. I have been not checking that PayPal for the donations and doing the shout outs. I will try to get better at this. So I am going to also, we're going to go to this Jason Shurka's website. Just curious, how much does this cost, right? Why can't we get the, oh, here it is. Okay, good. Actually, we're going to share his Patreon, and I tried to look him up on Patreon because I was curious how many Patreon supporters he had, but he's got one of those accounts where you cannot, it doesn't list how many patrons he has, but we're going to look into that live right now, and so everybody can be fully informed about this guy. Yeah, it's $18 a month to be a Patreon supporter. And let's see, that includes one live 60-minute Q&A, one live 60-minute interview with a special guest, 2 live 60-minute interactive chats. I will bring members on the screen with me and answer their questions, teaching mysticism and insights from the pyramid code, rays of light, forming the formless, the language of energy, and rays of knowledge. Access to watch all of the past events. A private forum where you can connect and converse with the community. Opportunity for extra live shows, videos, and teachings throughout the month. The date and time of each live event will be announced weekly. Again, all of this is a scam. Sign up. I've got all the secret knowledge, or I should say, allegedly, in my opinion. Yeah. Steve Ronan says, what a waste of cash. Yeah, I'd rather do literally anything else with it. 1 second. Why can't I? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to hear his sales pitch because that's important, right? Oh, it's a monetized. His videos are monetized too, which is annoying. Even the pitch for why you should join his Patreon, you got to sit through ads for. Let's hear the pitch. 1 second, friends. Again, I'm going to cite fair use. Let's put that banner back up. So we're going to cite fair use. We're sharing this person's video and commenting and critiquing on it. This is his Patreon pitch. Why should you pay him $18 a month? Let's find out more, right? Yeah.
Hi. Thank you so much for showing interest in this community, the portal of divine knowledge. First of all, let me give you an idea of what this is.
Okay,
this is a subscription
New Age necklace,
online
right?
community.
It's a requirement.
It's
to be a New Age guru.
$18 a month.
You need either a crystal or a geode or something.
Because 18 represents life, and ultimately life is the resonance that I'd like this community to vibrate on. My intention of creating this community is to create a place where we can come together, where we can create, where we can learn, where we can share, where we can grow, where we can evolve, where we can reach higher levels of dimensional awareness. And I plan to do that by facilitating the awakening process in a comfortable way, through education, through awareness, through love, through knowledge, through compassion. I plan on bringing to the table certain divine knowledge, information, lessons, teachings, mysticism that I've had the honor of receiving over the past few years with all of you. We as human beings play a very important role here.
So again, he's going to share this secret knowledge that he got from the aliens and the super secret society that he represents, and he's going to share it with you for $18 a month. And he's got all the answers. This sounds like a cult. He's building a cult. That's what this sounds like to me. And doesn't this sound familiar? I got Corey Good deja vu all over again. This guy studied Corey Good's playbook, but I have a feeling that he's going to do better than Corey Good. Mark my words. Watch this guy. He's going to do better than Corey Good. He's right now experiencing a meteoric rise, right? And he just got the Gaia TV deal. So soon we're going to see the Gaia push on this guy, and his videos are going to go from, getting 5,000 or 10,000 views to getting hundreds of thousands of views. That's my prediction for what may just happen next. Gaia is going to market. He's already himself a marketing guy and has been marketing himself and really trying to build his brand and all this shit, right? He's Gaia's new star. Gaia is going to pump tons of money into him, and we're going to see the same Gaia inflation of this guy as a speaker, etc., that we saw with Corey Good, Emery Smith, and others.
A very important role on Earth. Ultimately, we're spiritual beings that manifested into physical bodies. And part of our role here on Earth is to remember who we are and remind others along the way who they are.
Yeah, you've forgotten who you are, but for just $18, I can remind you of who you are.
But the only way that we can do that is when we reach higher levels of awareness. And instead of just conceptually knowing who and what we are.
Yeah, I charge $1. I charge $1, Reemsy.
These higher dimensions.
Just a single dollar or more. But
through knowledge, through teachings, through lessons, through mysticism, through all of that.
He's going to take you through all of that for just $18 a month.
Now, I try to fulfill my purpose and my destiny every day, but I can't do it by myself. I can't create a conscious shift on this earth by myself. We have to do it together. We have to be in this together. We have to create together. We have to build together. We have to design together. We have to shift together. The key to this is doing it on the collective level to make the shift that we deserve, to make the conscious shift that we deserve. So let's create, let's build.
There's something really weird going on with this green screen too. It's annoying.
Let's step into our true power as the incredible beings that we all really are. I see this community coming together and creating conscious content that will create a shift that this earth deserves. It could be documentaries, books, music, events, movies, films, whatever it may be. The list goes on and on and on.
Yeah, sound familiar? He forgot to mention comic books. Sound familiar? Yeah. He wants to create a media empire on your money. Great.
But to do this right, we have to come together. We have to shift together. So I invite you to step into your power. I invite you to step into your true eternal power. That's what this community is all about. That's why I created it. So we can come together.
I love the new agey music in the background and this like green screen of like a tropical location that he's supposed to be standing in, very guru-like. And the geode or whatever the hell that necklace is.
We can learn, so we can teach, so we can create, and so we can create a conscious shift for all of humanity and ultimately heal.
Yeah, I agree.
Humanity. Rise humanity collectively.
Yeah, waste of money.
To a whole new level of awareness. If you decide to be a part of this community, if you choose to support and become a part of the initiative to heal humanity.
Oh, they're going to heal all of humanity.
I will be offering 4 events.
You're just going to get, for $18 a month, you too can help me heal humanity. Dude, what are you doing to heal humanity with all these people's money? I have a feeling nothing. You're whatever.
On a monthly basis to this Patreon community, to the community of the portal of divine knowledge.
I'll tell you one thing. I need a better Patreon pitch video, right? Maybe we could brainstorm that in the live chat. Like, I got to get me some crystals and shit, right? I'm going to get some crystals and I got a crystal ball. I'll get a crystal ball, some tarot cards, right? I got to do a better Patreon pitch. This dude's clean $18 a month. Mine's $1. And a lot of people have requested that I do tiers with more stuff, but I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. So yeah, for $1 a month or more, some people choose to give 10 or 20 or whatever they want, 5, you get the Patreon benefits. This guy, $18 though, every single person on his Patreon. Amazing.
Number one, I'll be offering one Q&A where you have direct access to me and I answer all your questions.
Yeah, you're paying for access.
I will be offering 2 live interactive chats where I bring community members on screen with everybody else watching. And we just have at it. We can have a conversation. We can ask questions. We can answer questions. We grow from each other.
Folks, I'm going to spend the $18 just to try to get on one of his live streams.
I'll also be offering 1 live special guest interview every single month. Could be doctors, light workers, guides, breath workers.
Yeah, and this guy is blowing up so much that I've been told, I don't know if this is accurate, that one of his Patreon interviews is David Icke, at the very top of the Conspiracy Land food chain. David Icke does not give out many interviews because I believe that he wants to keep all the money and his content to himself, right? Interesting.
Many other interesting guests that I'm sure I'll bring on. On top of all of that, those 4 events that I said that I'll be doing on the monthly basis, I will be giving access to certain excerpts from my upcoming book, Rays of Knowledge, before its release. And I will also be giving access to certain excerpts, upon permission, of course, from Rays of Light, along with insights and teachings from these excerpts, and mysticism, because there's a lot of mysticism in that. I'll also be offering a private forum where all community members, including myself, can communicate with one another, can create, can talk, can learn, can share.
Yeah, and as if there's not thousands, millions of other forums like Above Top Secret or, you know, I don't know. Like, this pitch is kind of weird. Like, oh, you want to be in a community of people that are like-minded? You got to pay me $18, right? No, there's like hundreds of different websites for that. Conspiracy Land, New Age ones. You don't have to pay for that, but okay, you got to pay for his.
And beyond all that, you have direct access to me if you have any questions. That could be wide questions, personal questions, whatever it is. I am here for you, and we are here for each other. That's why this community exists in the first place.
I am here for you for just $18 a month.
You will all have access
to
me with
your questions.
Past events that will be archived forever. So you can watch them and rewatch them and rewatch them at your own leisure whenever you'd like.
That sounds like another form of mind control. He's encouraging people to watch him again and again and again and again.
I look forward to creating this community. I look forward to being in this together. I look forward to creating magic together, to learning from each other.
He's making magic, friends.
Ultimately, I look forward to making the shift that not just this earth, but this universe deserves. And this community will start that shift on the individual level so we can come together and create that shift.
These people are all going to save Earth. Just like the galactic astronaut, Corey Goode was going to save Earth, but never did. All Corey Goode did was, well, make millions of dollars selling his fake stories. This guy, I bet you Corey Goode is his hero, and David Wilcock.
On the collective level, through higher knowledge, through a higher level of dimensional awareness, where we raise our vibration. I look forward to doing this with you. I look forward to meeting you. And I look forward to creating magic with you.
He's going to make some magic. We're going to make some magic together, friends. Yes, we're going to make some magic. Together, let's heal humanity. Sure, they're going to heal humanity. Come on. I can't believe that people fall for this, but this guy is quickly rising and becoming, a big deal. Out of nowhere from September 2020 till now. And that meteoric rise may have been due to this guy is really out there hustling. Like I said, he does 2 or 3 guest spots places. People have mentioned he was on Jimmy Church's Fade to Bullshit show. and others. His YouTube channel is filled with interviews that he does with basically everybody he can. I love this. He's got a message for humanity, live Q&A. He talks about a cleanse. Oh yeah, actually, there's a public video, Dissolving Anti-Semitism with David Icke. Okay. Yeah, and he's also interviewed by Emery Smith. Again, this basically, he's another guy that is replacing Corey Good's fairy tales with, new fairy tales on Cosmic Disclosure, right? He's been on George Snorri's show, Beyond Belief, and he's also on Cosmic Disclosure now with none other than Emery Smith. And, I can't cite a source for this, so take it or leave it, but I've heard from a very good source that Emery Smith allegedly thinks this guy is a complete and total fraud and didn't want to interview him. Take from that what you will. One UFO alien fraudster calling another one an alien fraudster. Great. All right, we're going to share this is a clip of Emery Smith beginning to interview this Jason Shurka on Gaia TV. Great. Inside the secret space program. They're revealing this international galactic
Jason
organization.
Shurka is a real estate entrepreneur and author who has recently been tasked to speak publicly about the clandestine organization with extraterrestrial connections that he says has secretly existed on this planet for thousands of years. Jason, welcome to Cosmic Disclosure.
Thank you so much for having me.
And that's all we get. If you want any more, you got to sign up for Gaia and get that. Oh, God, I want to hear what this guy says on Gaia. I want to hear if it's as crazy as I've heard the shit that he says behind the paywall is, right? Who knows? Yeah, so I thought it would be interesting tonight if we were to look at this guy before he blows up more. And my prediction is he's going to blow up a lot more now because he's going to get the Gaia push. Gaia is all chips in with this guy. Having him on as a guest on some 2 different shows, both Cosmic Disclosure and George Snorri's Beyond Belief show. And the rumors, and I'm hearing from several different sources that are in the know concerning Gaia, is that they're working on his own show. So here we have really a repeat of what happened, I believe, with Corey Good. Guy comes out of nowhere, starts telling fairy tales about aliens. Suddenly he's getting hundreds of thousands of views. It's going to happen for this guy. The Gaia stuff just started for him, right? Yeah. New people pipelined in by YouTube algo, maybe. Yeah, and I wanted to mention here, I'm going to be changing the show time of when we start our shows to 8 p.m. And the reason for that is there's a 10 p.m. drop-off. Before 10 p.m. tonight, we had something like 75 live viewers. As soon as 10 p.m. hit, it went down to 45, right? There's just too many people doing shows at 10 p.m., and some people I'd rather not compete with. Some people I don't care if I'm competing with them or not. But others, I do kind of care, and I would prefer to stay out of that time. Because if we start at 9 and half the audience jumps ship at 10 to go watch or listen to another show, it's great. People do that and get back here, but I'd rather have the live views and the live interaction, right? Karen Conley says, what was he doing before this? Curious. He was in commercial real estate in New York City. And marketing, and a financial analyst. So really, really strange twist to that guy's life. Suddenly and it's important to note that also he was the chief operating officer of an organization that was marketing and online advertising based. So apparently this guy knows what he's doing when it comes to the marketing. And we see this in these videos are very, they're very sort of manufactured to do a certain thing, like get people signing up for his $18 a month Patreon, right? Yeah. And interesting, the pitch for his Patreon is all over his website, and that I guess would be his main hub where people can get that stuff. But he also does have this. Site, jasonshurka.com/censored, where it's all kinds of stuff about the health crisis that he's supposedly exposing, right? Basically, he's got all this stuff on his personal website here that he can't put on YouTube because it's all disinformation. It would get his channel deleted. So he's sort of sidestepping, those things in favor of putting the real crazy horse shit on his own server, I suppose, which I guess is smart, because if he put this kind of content on YouTube, he would get his entire channel deleted. It's all the stuff that YouTube is deleting channels for. Talking about the election, talking about the current health crisis, talking about, the YouTube hot words. Oh, the letter of the alphabet, conspiracy, right? Truth revealed, powerful roundtable, banned. And he claims all these videos have been banned, but I wasn't able to find them on any other site other than his website, which is interesting. He's claiming these are banned videos. Who banned them? Where did they get banned from, right? Yeah, and it's great. The Pyramid Code book that he's talking about is in Hebrew, right? And you can listen to the audiobook in English. Oh, so I guess he is giving it away. He's giving away this free book of knowledge, right? I'm going to have to check that out, and we could do a part 2 on this. You used to get good conspiracy documentaries. Yeah, they're getting tougher and tougher to find as these fairy tale hucksters rush in to fill the void. More money in acting. Yeah, absolutely. Renee Miss Jonaside is here. Says phone is charging, so watching on the big TV. Good to hear. Of course, I think I'm much more handsome, Miss Jonaside, on a smaller screen, right? The bigger the screen, the less handsome I get. It's just like my wife says. The darker it gets, the more handsome I become, right? Ryan says, I can remember Google videos on 9/11. Yeah, remember those? They're all gone. And I just want to mention, tonight I'm going to be calling into another show. I was asked to call in and talk about John McAfee. And I'm going to do that at 11:30 p.m. Eastern time tonight. Yeah, you might want to follow along. And that would be, the show is Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis, who I've seen a bunch of his shows. He sure does some interesting interviews and talks to some interesting people. So I'm happy to call in and share some of my experience about John McAfee and what I know about him, and which is not very much. I interviewed him once, and he called me 3 or 4 times. Yeah, but I think they're kind of, talking about what happened with his suicide, and I don't really want to get into any kind of speculation, but I will talk about what I do know about the man, right? So I'm going to bounce out of here, friends. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight. And I want to thank my sources, too, who really helped me understand this guy and gave me some interesting information to share about him. I have a feeling that we're going to do more coverage of him. He is, like I said, on this meteoric rise, and I think people should be given access to the other side of the story in regard to him, right? I think that's fair. I think that's very fair. right? Cosmic Ocean says, you have a great laugh, Stephen. Thank you. I hear that a lot. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the dead man switch. Rest in peace, John McAfee. We'll see, right? Darker and smaller the screen, the better Cambium looks. Yes, thanks for agreeing. I look better, smaller, right? Nobody looks good blown up, Genocide. These cameras are rough, and mine's only 720p here. Well, actually, the camera's 1080p, but Streamer only lets us do 720 until we get more money. So we're doing 720, and even that's kind of brutal, right? See every little thing. I don't like it, right? I think I liked video better when we were like, 240p on the internet. Remember, you'd have to download shit before you watched it. You couldn't even stream anything because it was too much data, right? We live in a different world now. Much more bandwidth, right? Yeah, I agree with Sixth Sense. You can't wait weeks and months for a DMS. It's meant to go off upon death, not months or even years later. Yeah, people are talking about he had a dead man switch, and where's the information from his dead man switch and this and that, but so far no one's produced one, so it's just speculation. Either way, I think his death is tragic. I like the guy. I mean, it's questionable business ethics in many regards. I was reminded that early on, when he had McAfee antivirus, he was literally accused of creating viruses so that he could sell more antiviruses. I don't know if there's any truth to that, and near as I can remember and tell, there wasn't. But people speculated that he was literally employing people to write viruses so that people would buy more, right? Abraham, thank you. How generous. Wow, that is very generous. I love your personality, energy, and talent. Definitely want to see you grow. And Abraham, wasn't that you that sent a PayPal, I think, as well? So, wow, super generous. Super generous. Thank you very, very much. I definitely appreciate your kindness, your generosity, and your support. Or was it that you signed up for Patreon? For some reason, I remember your name very, very well. Like I just seen it. It's not the recent PayPal. So maybe you signed up on Patreon or what? I don't know. In any case, thank you for your generosity, your kindness, and your support of the show. It really does help move the show along. Anybody else want to throw money at me and help me? You can really, really do that by clicking that money button down there, and that will help me to praise the cash, because nothing says support like throwing money at me. That is a good way to support us, is to throw some money at me. And just to remind people that the more money gets thrown at me, the more shows I produce, right? So if you like what you hear and see when you come here, please do hit that PayPal donate button in our About section. Click on the Patreon. Join our Patreon for as little as $1 a month, or the best and quickest way really is to hit that money button in the live chat. Put in the amount, whatever you want, and whatever you would like to say. It really does help us continue to produce these shows and more of them. I'm going to try to up my schedule. I go back and forth here. Oh, so thank you, Abraham. I really do appreciate your generosity. I go back and forth here. Sometimes I think I'm being lazy and I should do a show every day. And then sometimes I say, no, 3 or 4 is really enough, because the demand, you don't want to produce more shows than there is demand for. I think 3 a week is a good number. People definitely can watch 3, right, if we don't go too long. But, I don't want to just produce shows and nobody's watching them. So we might get more shows. If the donations keep going the way they've been, I'm going to feel obligated to do more shows and to work more. And Ryan Morphy Richards with a kind and generous £1 donation. Thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your support. Every dollar, just like Ryan Morphy Richards just sent me, really does help. It helps me to praise the cash, because we like money here. Money moves mountains, right? It really does. Providing a few bucks really does help me to maintain the show, have time to work on the show, get whatever parts and bits and equipment that we need for the show. It really does help. So thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your support. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Hallelujah. And just to remind everybody that I'm a sellout and everything, because I've been told that, or I've heard that, right? I just wanted to play a musical guest tonight, just to remind everybody that I'm a sellout. No, to remind people that you too can donate and support the show. It really, really does help us to continue producing.
The best things in life are free, but you can keep them for the birds and bees. Now give me more. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. Your loving give me a thrill, but your loving don't pay my bills. Now give me more. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want.
So praise the cash, praise the cash. Hallelujah, brothers and sisters. Yeah, and I have to mention I'm working on something new to praise the cash with. You know, you guys are going to like it. I tried to get a dancing monkey. That didn't work out. I bought a couple of different things. They were supposed to be dancing monkeys. They barely worked, didn't work. I don't know. Yeah, we're going to try to have something fun to do every time somebody sends in a donation, just to recognize and support and, to recognize and support the people that are helping move our show forward. And I want to mention that on the Patreon benefit side, I'm going to be posting the first screen test of Linda Moulton Howdy Doody. And I'm going to do that later tonight. I'm going to do a quick video with the appliance, with the whole getup of Linda Moulton Howdy Doody on. And I'm going to put that on Patreon. And then we're going to debut it live on the show here very soon. All Around Arbor says, have a great evening, my friends. Yeah, I want to thank everybody, especially what a bunch of generous people we had tonight throwing super chats my way. It always makes me smile. And don't you want to help a Stephen Cambion smile more? Puts a smile on my face every single time somebody sends something, because it lets me know that people appreciate what I'm doing here and that I can keep going with this thing. Kind of crazy, life tends to get crazy sometimes, right? I never imagined myself doing this for a living, but here we are, and I'm going to give it the best try I can. I want to mention somebody, but not by name. I just want to thank somebody, and they know who they are. Somebody that really understands this, how to build channels, right? And how to get a big following or increase your following, gave me some excellent advice today. I took notes about all these things that I could do to increase our reach here, and I'm going to start dedicating some time every day to do that. Because what they said, and they're absolutely right, is a lot of people get wrapped up in just the part where you make the show, and they don't do anything to try to increase the show's reach or to try to grow the audience. They're just focused on doing the show. So I think that's very, very true. I am going to start spending at least an hour a day. I have a plan. We'll see. We'll see. Because I always say this, surely if I come here and water this garden will grow. And that's what I've been doing here every day. Come and just work a little bit. I've got a new intro, too, that everybody's going to love. It's got lots of dancing girls. But this time they're dancing with aliens, okay? So it's art, okay? And before anybody asks, they're Christian girls, okay? We only have Christian dancing girls here, right? Then it's not sinful. Really, the argument, and I don't want to get off on a tangent. I'm trying to sign off here, but this weird argument, like, why would you have dancing girls in your intro? It doesn't make sense. Listen, beautiful dancing women have been used in many different forms of entertainment for centuries. We're no different. I don't see why there's some kind of, I like dancing girls, okay? I'm an artist, and I'm gonna mix dancing girls with Sasquatches and aliens and shit. It's gonna be awesome. Okay? Who else can mix dancing girls with Jesus on a crucifix? Chicks dancing with Sasquatches, chicks dancing with aliens, pop blocking and shit, right? It's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a great new intro. Yeah, and people mentioned they like the current intro, and so I guess I do, but I always keep thinking every intro that I've done, I go, I got to do a better one. I got to do a better one. So we just keep trying and seeing what happens, and I'm going to keep doing that. And then we have some variety. We don't have to play the same intro. I see some shows, it's the same exact intro every night, the same exact outro every night, the same exact graphics every night. And I guess that's fine too, that whatever works, right? But for me, I would like to try a bunch of different things. And eventually we'll settle on a bunch that we like. I just keep making them. I don't know what I'm doing. I just keep making them until one looks good, sounds good, and seems like it fits, right? So I want to thank all of our super chatters, our Patreon supporters, and our PayPal donators. And thank you very much, all of you. Praise the cash, praise the cash. I am blessed. I am worthy of being blessed, and I will continue to be blessed. And I want to thank you all sincerely for making me feel so blessed. Just so everybody knows, we read every single super chat. If I miss one when we do the outro, I shout it out on the next night. Definitely on the next night. Jelly Bridgeburner says, maybe Lee can lend you some cat ladies. He has heard it to entertain you, Stephen. Yeah, actually. Uh-oh, Heavy Metal says, I'm actually thinking about making some money, starting a new super duper alien thing. Anyone want to join? I'll make you a junior boss man and give you 30% of donations. Hey, man. Yeah. I'm not giving you, no. I'm not signing up, but maybe you'll find some takers. Yeah. Alien scams are all the rage right now. I mean, look at that UFO report. People were pumping that shit for 6 months, talking about it, discussing it, contemplating it, speculating about what's going to be in it. Nothing. Nothing was in it. It's a big bunch of nothing, as I predicted. And a scam in order to raise money. I think that the whole thing is a scam designed to get them more funding. These people, right? We got $22 million for ATIP. What did we get for the $22 million? Can anybody tell me? Nothing. Apparently, we got 3 grainy-ass videos, right? And somebody got a TV deal out of it, but we, the American people who paid the $22 million for that shit, got nothing. Yeah. Aaron Garcia, what do you think about the Super Soldier YouTube channel? Is that James Rink? I think CW Channer is covering that right now. He just did Austin Steinberg just did an interview with James Rink, the Super Soldier guy, and CW Channer is covering it. I think that the Super Soldier YouTube channel is just funny because it's just people telling fairy tales. And I agree with CW Channer, who correctly pointed out that every one of these so-called super soldiers looks like a fat, overweight dude that's never been in a fight. They look rough. And also, Randy Kramer, I challenged Randy Kramer to a boxing match. He's supposed to have superpowers and be a super soldier. Surely he should be able to beat me in a boxing match. And Mr. Darren Garcia, I even offered Randy Kramer $10,000 if he won. I would give it to him or his favorite charity. He could keep it. I could give it to his charity. Yeah, Randy Kramer refused to box me. And I think that says a lot about his superpowers, right? If he truly had superpowers, he'd be able to beat up a schlub like me easy, right? Didn't take me up on my offer. Imagine that. Yeah, so, I got to bounce out of here, friends. The hour is getting late. We're trying to keep these things under 2 hours for the audio podcasts. Also want to remind everybody, if you're in audio podcast land, this is very important. You're missing the live show and the live presentations, which take place on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. The best way to take part in this is to join us at our main hub here, which is our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and put Truthseekers, all one word, no caps, in the search bar. You'll see a strange guy with sunglasses. That would be me. Sign up. Please do subscribe to our channel here. We need a bigger bullhorn. And hit the notification bell, smash the like button. That's the other way to really help with the show. Share these videos on your social media. Share links to the audio podcast. Rate us. Please give us 5 stars if you rate our podcast in audio podcast land. But if you're listening in audio podcast land, you're missing half the fun. You're hearing me interact with the live audience in real time. We take comments and questions. We read every single super chat. So if you want to get my attention, that's a good way to do it. Or put questions in all caps in the live chat. I try to respond to every single person that has a question or comment. We share lots of them. You too can come and be a part of our community. And it's not going to cost you $18 a month. In fact, most of my content is free. There's a little bit on Patreon, behind the scenes stuff. But most of everything that we produce is free for the taking. But I'd appreciate the support by people sharing and commenting and retweeting. And you can follow me at Stephen Cambion is the best way to know about new or upcoming shows. So I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight. I had a great time looking into Gaia's new rising star, Jason Shurka, new age guru, alien guy. I don't even know what to call this guy. I'd call him a cult leader myself. Looks like he wants to start a cult, right? Maybe. We will continue to cover him. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining us. Always happy when there's an audience. Thank you very much for coming here tonight, spending some quality time with me. No place I would rather be than here with you, my friends. So until next time, friends, my name is Stephen Cambion. Good night, and God bless all of you.